moms, this is Jasmine Denos from the Busy Mommy community, and I'm here with some tips about diastasis recti and what I've learned through my personal experience to help you out. So first I want to explain what diastasis recti is because it's especially common for moms. And what it is the separation of the abdominal muscles right here in the midline during or after pregnancy. When our babies are developing, our uterus grows and our ab muscles stretch and grow to make room as well. Everything kind of gets pushed around and moved to make room for those precious babies. Those ab muscles are supposed to come back together after you've had your baby, but sometimes they don't, and that can leave an opening in the midline area, either in the upper abdominal area, midsection, lower abdomen, and sometimes even towards the pelvis area. In really severe cases, it can stretch from the upper abdomen all the way down to the lower abdomen. So we'll call it DR for short. Being unaware of it makes you at higher risk of abdominal hernias, pelvic floor dysfunction, loss of bladder control, back pain, and more. You may already be experiencing one or more of these symptoms. So if you are, maybe this is a sign for you to get that checked with your healthcare provider so they can confirm or let you know if you do not have that or if this is the root cause of one of those issues. So if you're like me, you may have never even heard of diastasis recti. I was completely clueless about it until my third baby. And the reason I found out was because I had a very attentive midwife who I'm so thankful for, because when I went in to see her after that third baby was born for my first visit postpartum, she told me that we were going to do a check for diastasis recti. And I was so clueless. I thought that this was some kind of postpartum pelvic check that she was going to be doing. So I'm sure there's many more like us out there who also were unaware of what diastasis recti is. And I also did not know that this is something babies can be born with or that men can develop as well. So during pregnancy, the weight of heavy lifting or being pregnant with multiples, your height can all play a role in the development of DR. And with the help of hormones like relaxin and estrogen, as well as pushing excessively during labor, these things can all contribute to diastasis recti developing or not healing on its own or being less or more severe. It's actually estimated that about 70% of women will develop DR during or after pregnancy. And if you've had a C-section, you're even at higher risk of that, because when they cut open, they have to cut through the abdominal midline to pull the muscles apart even further so that they can get to the uterus and cut through there as well to get your baby out. So I want to share some physical signs for you to look out for that may give you hints as to whether or not you have it or not. So things to look out for would be constant lower back pain, loss of bladder control, pelvic floor weakness, which can also lead to pelvic prolapse. And what that is when reproductive organs slip down and bulge into the vaginal canal. Another symptom to look out for is discomfort or pain in the abdomen and pelvis, and abnormal bowel movements. So you can do a simple self-check, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All you need is a flat surface and your two fingers like this. So I'll turn to the side here so you can see. So you're going to place those two fingers right above your belly button, about an inch above your belly button as you're laying on the ground or a flat surface, and you will slightly and gently pull your head forward, kind of lean forward just a little bit, like a slight crunch. And you will feel that separation there or no separation there. If it's more than 2 finger widths, there is likely some separation there. And my best tip would be to check for that before your 6-week postpartum visit with your healthcare provider and address that with them and let them know that you think you might have some diastasis recti, some separation in the ab area, and they can check for you to confirm and let you know if it's severe or not, if it's something that you can take care of at home or something that may need some more help like physical therapy or possibly a surgery. So I know that can all seem really scary, and you might feel worried if you feel that separation and you feel like it's bigger than the 2 finger widths, but I do want you to hear some good news. It's estimated that only about 35% of women will still have this separation 6 months postpartum. So for some people, it heals on its own. And there are a few things that you can do at home to help assist bringing those muscles back together once you've had your baby. So there are some gentle exercises that you can start doing at home after you've had your baby, after you're maybe 2-3 weeks postpartum, and you're feeling comfortable with movement without overexerting yourself. There are exercises that I love that I used for myself, and that resource is Body Fit by Amy, and she's on YouTube, and her videos are all free. She has a whole playlist of exercises specific for diastasis recti. You can also invest in a support belt or a binder. If you have just had a C-section, just make sure to talk to your doctor to ask when would be okay to start putting on that support belt, because you don't want it to interfere with the incision sites or healing. So physical therapy is another great option. It can help to speed up that healing process as well as promote pelvic floor health. And another thing you want to avoid is heavy lifting too often or too soon after having your baby. Another important thing to remember is you always want to have good straight posture so that your spine is as straight as it can be, and so there's no leaning forward or slouching, which can create more pressure in those abdominal muscles. There are also foods that can assist in the healing process and to lower inflammation and to help with collagen production. And I've written a detailed blog on this part of the subject, and you can find that on the Busy Mommy Community website. Okay, moms, I truly hope that this discussion was valuable for you and that you got some great information and tips that you can start implementing. And if you have any questions, I encourage you to contact us here or through our social channels. Also, consider signing up for our newsletter so that you can stay up to date with great tips like this. And as always, the Busy Mommy Community is here for you to help you get more done. Bye for now.